And I have been blown away by how openly the Israel First crowd is demanding that I and others hate Muslims.
That somebody else objects to. I'm just not playing along with that. And I knew that I would be attacked as like a Muslim lover or whatever. I don't know. I'm not a Muslim lover. I'm a people lover until proven otherwise.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Tucker Carlson adalah seorang influencer Amerika Serikat. Tucker dulu termasuk fobia terhadap Islam. Dia termakan propaganda media-media mainstream. Setelah dia melihat perilaku Israel di Palestina dan mewawancarai banyak Muslim, ternyata Islam memuliakan Yesus sebagai nabi. Dia tersadarkan ternyata selama ini dia merasa dibohongi, termakan isu media Amerika Serikat. Tucker kemudian berbalik arah. Dia membela Islam dan orang-orang yang menyudutkan Islam di negaranya, dia protes. Dia berkata sejujurnya, berdasarkan fakta bukan opini turun-temurun. Tetapi reaksi publik Amerika mulai mempertanyakan dirinya. Mereka ingin Tucker tetap bernarasi negatif tentang Islam. Maggie Kelly bersama Tucker Carlson membahas bagaimana reaksi publik terhadap komentar positif mereka tentang Islam justru dinilai berlebihan. Ternyata itu semua datang dari para pendukung Israel. Para pendukung Israel ingin mereka tetap membenci Islam. Dalam podcast Meghan Kelly, keduanya juga menyinggung pentingnya berpikir kritis. Apakah selama ini masyarakat telah diarahkan oleh media arus utama dan elit tertentu AS untuk memandang Islam secara negatif? Mengapa semakin banyak tokoh Barat mulai mempertanyakan narasi lama tentang Islam? Dan apa sebenarnya yang mereka temukan setelah melihat fakta secara lebih jujur?
And I have been blown away by how openly the Israel First crowd is demanding that I and others hate Muslims or else, or what? We're going to be called empty vessels, or we're going to be like shamed for having said things that are questioning about Islam. I'm not real pro on like Islamic leaders in America. I still stand by that. But I am reevaluating some of the things that I swallowed hook, line, and sinker, Tucker, because I now see we've all been manipulated. You have no idea how ubiquitous and powerful AIPAC, Israel, its lobby, its paid agents. I mentioned Brad Parscale the other day, who's registered as a foreign agent for Israel now and runs Salem Media Group. I mean, there are a lot of those folks in our nation pushing propaganda on us. And I frankly think I've been too trusting.
Well, this was one of the concerns about immigration 100 years ago, that people would come to this country and import with them their own ancient blood feuds and then impose them on the rest of us. And, you know, I'm American, and I don't have to sign on to your blood feud. You know, if you're Armenian and you demand I hate all Turks, no, I'm not doing that. I mean, you may hate Turks, you may have good reason to hate Turks, whatever, but I don't hate Turks. I kind of reserve the right to form my own bigotries. And one of the reasons that I try to retreat from the world regularly in the woods or the sauna or whatever is just to kind of sort of come to center to what I believe. I'm a Christian, which is an exclusive claim. Okay, so I believe Jesus is the Son of God. I believe you get to God through Jesus. That's exclusively through Jesus. So I'm not a Muslim. I'm not a Jew. I'm not a Hindu. I'm not a Sufi. I'm a Christian. On the other hand, I just like reverent people. And anyone who bows down before God and admits I'm not God 5 times a day doesn't share my theology. We don't have the same view of how you get to heaven. But that person is not by definition my enemy. People who I have a problem with are those who espouse violence and hatred, who lie, who think it's okay to lie. People with a point of view that is not universal. The Christian worldview, and by the way, also the Muslim worldview, is a universal worldview. Anybody can come to this faith. That's my worldview. I was born into it. I believe it. It's sincere. And so anyone else who has that worldview, I'm willing to be friends with. I'm not going to hate you because your parents did something that somebody else objects to. I'm just not playing along with that. And I knew that I would be attacked as like a Muslim lover or whatever. I don't know. I'm not a Muslim lover. I'm a people lover until proven otherwise. And I'm just not going to play along at all with that kind of stuff. And at this stage of my life, I just don't care because it's not about the money for me, honestly. I've never taken a dollar from a Muslim or anyone else. I have no debt. I have no investors. And I don't seek to be a billionaire. That's why I'm not in crypto. So at this point, it's like, what are you going to do about it? Call me a Muslim lover? Okay. Okay, go ahead. I mean, so what? I'm against ethnic cleansing. That's why I'm concerned about what Israel's doing. So like this whole thing is like not what I thought we were getting at all.
Yeah, I know. And it's the fact that it's happening on quote our side, on the right, is so stunning and upsetting. And I don't even understand it. Going into this whole thing, even the question of what role does Israel play in our politics and our country seems like something we should be able to debate like gentlemen, to steal a phrase, right?
For sure.
Okay, there are facts. You can be pro it, you can be against it. Why do we have to hate each other over it? I certainly didn't make that the stakes of any of my friendships with the more prominent Jewish members of the media. They did. They all did.
Of course.
Mark Thiessen is very, very unhappy with me for not supporting the war. I love Mark Thiessen. I really do. I care about Mark Thiessen a lot. I'm the one who made him a star, Tucker. I put him on the Kelly File night after night. And I know he's a good man. And I know he's very, very pro this war. And I actually don't hold it against him. That he comes by it honestly. He's been in that place for many, many years. But he's not somebody who's like ended a friendship over it. There are others who really have and who have gotten so personal and vicious, most of whom I just don't respond to. I just don't even respond. It's like, well, whatever, you do your thing. But I've been shocked at how vicious it's been from the right.
Well, as I said, I was in Jake Tapper's wedding. Like I knew Jake Tapper really well. And again, I knew him when he was a Hooters lobbyist. I wish he'd remained one. He was, I think, a pretty good Hooters lobbyist. But to see him like attack me as someone who should be censored because he doesn't like my opinion on Netanyahu, it just shows you found the red line, the thing that really matters to other people, the thing that's more important to them than friendship, than love between people, than people in general. Like this is what they care about most. And it's so revealing that I think it's going to be hard to go back, honestly.
Terima kasih sudah menonton video ini sampai akhir, sampai selesai. Semoga pembahasan kali ini bisa menambah wawasan, membuka sudut pandang yang lebih luas, dan membuat kita semakin bijak dalam menyaring informasi di era media modern saat ini. Jangan lupa dukung channel ini dengan cara like, komen, dan subscribe agar kami terus bisa menghadirkan konten-konten menarik lainnya seputar fakta opini dunia dan kajian Islam. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Sampai jumpa di video berikutnya.